Are Democrats about to lose their grip on a region they've held for nearly a century? A political earthquake is rattling South Texas, and if Republican candidate Eric Flores is right, it could be the final nail in the coffin for Democratic control in one of the most critical districts in the nation. Before we continue, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in U.S. politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow and ensures you don't miss our daily updates on the road to the midterms. The stakes could not be higher. Texas Congressional District 34 is currently held by Democrat Vicente Gonzalez, but the demographic makeup of this area is shifting, and it is trending hard toward the GOP. Flores, a 34-year-old veteran and former U.S. attorney, is making a bold claim. He says the Democratic Party has completely missed the cue with Hispanic voters. When you look at the messaging coming from the top of the Democratic ticket in Texas, the divide becomes crystal clear. Flores argues that while Democrats like James Tallarico are out there pushing a social agenda focused on transgender children and the debate over gender identity, the reality in South Texas is completely different. Flores put it bluntly, "Here in South Texas, we're conservative. We go to church, we want to keep the family unit whole." He points out that while the national media focuses on what he calls smoke and mirrors and invisible villains, the actual voters in these border communities are focused on the kitchen table issues that matter most: the cost of living, affordability, and the ability to eventually afford a home. The criticism goes even deeper. Flores isn't just attacking the party platform. He's taking aim at Representative Vicente Gonzalez directly. He argues that after nearly a decade in office, Gonzalez hasn't delivered any substantive legislation that actually moves the needle for the average South Texan. He claims that the congressman relies on earmarks and grants to keep the peace, but that the people of the district deserve much more than that. On the other side of the aisle, the rhetoric is just as fiery. Gonzalez has fired back, calling the GOP's focus on the economy hypocritical and accusing the Republican agenda of being an attempt to strip away healthcare and food assistance from the very families they claim to represent. His camp suggests that Flores is simply a puppet for party bosses and that they are the ones standing up for the working class. Meanwhile, spokespeople for candidates like James Tallarico are accusing Republicans of corruption and failing to deliver on their own promises, setting the stage for a nasty, high-stakes battle. So what does this actually mean for the country? We are looking at a battle for the very soul of the American voter. If the Republican Party can successfully flip a district that has been deep blue for 100 years, it signals a massive realignment in American politics. It would suggest that the traditional Democratic coalition is fracturing under the pressure of cultural issues that don't resonate in conservative, faith-based communities. If the GOP captures this district, they significantly strengthen their path to holding or expanding their majority in the House. It would be a catastrophic blow to the DCCC's efforts to retake control of Congress. We are seeing a trend where Hispanic voters are moving closer to the Republican Party, driven by a prioritization of faith, family, and hard work. The Democrats seem to be banking on the hope that their traditional base will hold, but candidates like Eric Flores are betting everything on the idea that the voters are done with the status quo. The battle for the House of Representatives is essentially coming down to these target districts. Every door knocked, every dollar spent, and every ad aired is part of a high-stakes chess match that will decide the legislative agenda for the next 2 years. If this district flips, the shockwaves will be felt all the way from Brownsville to Washington, D.C. So, I want to hear from you. Do you think the Democratic Party has lost touch with the working-class Hispanic vote, or is this just standard campaign rhetoric from a challenger? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. This race is a perfect snapshot of a nation divided by culture and economics. Whether you are a conservative looking for a red wave or a progressive hoping to hold the line, there is no denying that the political landscape in Texas is shifting beneath our feet. We will be tracking this race closely as the numbers come in, because what happens here is going to define the future of the midterm cycle. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned as we bring you the latest developments on this historic shift.